Okay, another flashback. I'm tired of this. Not now, Natsuki. Not now. If not now, then when? How much longer is this going to be put off? I'm serious. We will discuss this later. Like I said, you keep saying we'll talk about it later, but nothing ever actually happens. I don't want to keep living like this, and I don't think you do either. Go to your room, Natsuki. We will discuss this later, and that is final. No, we have to do something. Part of the reason I'm doing this is because I still care about you. You don't know what I'd give for things to go back to the way they used to be. But it's not that easy. None of this is. Do you not understand, Natsuki? I understand, but it doesn't change anything. I asked you to leave. How many times do I have to say it? Leave. I won't. Oh my goodness, is this the moment? Leave. We have to settle this. Leave. Never. Leave. No. Not until you at least try to change. Not until we live a better life. You... Will you never get it? No. You're the one who doesn't get it. You've never got it. Enough! Natsuki! Oh, my dear Itsuko. You have no idea how much I wish you were still here with us. Okay, well, wait. I just don't know what to do. I freeze in place. Not this music again. It's him. Is he talking to somebody? He better not be bringing the cops over here and saying that I'm abducting his daughter or something. It was the night after mine and Natsuki's anniversary. She had gone to bed, and I was about to join her when I heard a knock on the door. Go away, there's no one home. Don't do that. Well, then again, I mean, if he knows we're there, he's not gonna leave. So, I went to open it up, and there he was. I was face to face with Natsuki's dad, and by myself this time. As I was saying, back to where I left off. I just don't know what to do. Hi, what do I even do here? Is he talking on the phone, or what's even going on here? Oh, well, I was gonna say don't invite him into the house, but I mean, at this point, you can't really avoid it anymore. You see, well, he plops onto the couch in the living room. Go ahead, make yourself at home. I hope you don't mind. Not at all. I do that to every stranger I let into my house. Well, it's not like I can do anything about it anyway. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, even if you told him anything, like, what would that accomplish? What are you here for? You looked kind of upset yesterday. I was upset, yes, but that's unrelated to what I need to ask you. Oh god. From my understanding, Natsuki has been living with you, correct? Yes. For half a year then. Pretty much. A pained expression rests on his face. I'm not here to criticize you, or tell you how to live your life. Then what are you here for? It seems I lost the right to even give advice for my own daughter's life. Trust me, you gave up that right the moment you laid a hand on her. I wanted to see things for myself, though. Oh no. I hear the door to my room open. No, Natsuki, no. Don't come down here. Oh, man. Daniel, who's there? I think I recognize that voice. It's nobody, Natsuki. It's just the neighborhood prowler, that's all. He just wanted to come in here and ask me to steal my TV. That was the worst lie I could have come up with. Yeah, who would believe anything about a neighborhood prowler? The absolute worst lie possible. It's clear I wasn't at the top of my game right now. I'm talking to your boyfriend. Okay, no, there's no point in staying or telling him to stay out of it. As soon as Natsuki hears that, she slams the door shut. That's one problem solved, I guess? Yeah, but I bet when you go to see her, she's probably gonna be like, oh, what the hell's wrong with you letting him in here? Huh, what am I saying? I'm panicking to no end. And that was probably the worst solution in history. We're actually going to talk about this right here. Aren't there better places to talk about this? Well, do you have any ideas? It's not going to change anything at this point. Yeah, I mean, we might as well do this. On the other hand, we probably should do it where there are witnesses. Well, Natsuki said you're not going to kill me, so I hope not. I sigh and ask another question. You've seen Natsuki and I go on dates multiple times. How come you never did anything other than ask me a question once? He looks off to the side. I guess I accepted it early on. My daughter didn't want to live with me anymore. She cut ties. It pains me to realize that, but what was I supposed to do? You and I both know she wouldn't have come back to me. Certainly not if I approached you two in the middle of something. So you were just stalking us and staring at us. I was stuck. Done. She's gone. I feel slightly more comfortable about speaking to him at this point, partially because he wasn't going to murder me. Okay, yeah, so at least we don't have to worry about having to go somewhere with witnesses then. Not totally comfortable, but it made me feel a little better. Just a little. That sums it up, yeah. What a shame. Unlike what I expected, he doesn't have a hint of anger in his voice, only regret. So in this mod, Natsuki's dad is an actual human being and not a monster. You seem rather calm about all this. Oh my god, no. Okay. Man, of course, like I said, I accepted it. There's nobody to be angry at except myself. I know this is my fault. I know I've made the biggest mistake of my life. I already hated myself before all this happened. So there was no reason to take your anger out on her, though. But ever since Natsuki left, I've been worse. I loathe myself more each day, wondering how could I have lost my temper like that, wondering how I could have broken a promise I made to my own wife. What did you say to your wife? He pauses. But I doubt you want to hear about that. Well, actually, no, I want to hear about the promise you made to your wife. I'm actually curious. What exactly did you promise her? And I understand. I know you must think I'm a terrible excuse for a parent. I also think you are probably a terrible excuse of a human being. Unless you do something to redeem yourself in the next 5 minutes. I'm not trying to gain any sympathy from you. Yeah, you'll get no sympathy from me. Good, because I wasn't going to give him any. Okay, yeah. So apparently we're all on the same page here. But at least I finally feel brave enough to talk a bit more. Acknowledging your awful actions doesn't excuse them from being awful. I thought I had gone too far with that. But Natsuki's dad takes a deep breath and speaks again, as surprisingly calm as ever. I'm aware. There's no redeeming myself for what I did. Believe me, I'm not trying to deny that. I'm just trying to think about what to do next. He pauses again, this time for even longer. Natsuki probably told you about me distancing myself from everyone, didn't she? She did. Yes, after I lost my wife. I noticed a tear roll down his cheek. He stops yet again. I'm sorry. Just after I lost my wife, I became a recluse. I tried to provide for Natsuki, but I didn't provide nearly enough. Even with our financial situation, there is still so much more I could have done. I could have cared for her so much more. There's a reason she's so skinny, you know. Yes, the whole malnourishment thing. I digress. My point is, nobody should have to be raised by a parent like myself. Nobody should have to be raised by someone who won't give full attention to their kid. Another tear rolls down his cheek. Then another, and another. They didn't stop coming. It's such a horrible situation. Now I've lost everything. After Natsuki was born, if I told my past self that I would eventually do that to her, I don't think I would have been able to take it. But that's selfish too, isn't it? I wanted to be there for my daughter, no matter what. But I couldn't do it. There's no excuse. He's sobbing at this point, his face buried in his hands. Wow, I'm sorry for dragging you into this. It's utterly unacceptable for me to barge into your house like this. Well, you didn't barge in. He just let you in after you politely knocked on the door. Barging would have been if you, like, busted the door down or broke a window and jumped in. Like many things, I wish I could take it back, but I needed someone to vent to. And you chose me. We sit there, unsure what to say next. After several moments of silence, he speaks up again. I lived for Natsuki, you know. Even after my wife was gone, things kept getting worse. I lost my job at some point. I don't think I ever told Natsuki that, but I wouldn't be shocked if she figured it out. Then how have you been providing for her at this point? Please don't tell me you got mixed up in some shady business. I barely managed to get any money, period, but that's another story. Okay, so we're not gonna know. Natsuki was all I had left. Living the way I did was torture. It absolutely does not excuse my behavior, but simply getting out of bed was a seemingly impossible challenge sometimes. Depression can do that to you. The main reason I was so strict towards her was because I didn't want her to experience the life I was living. Even my strictness was misguided, though. I said it more than enough times, but my life was terrible. But at least I still had my daughter. We argued a lot, though. A lot of times it was about my failure as a parent. I took things too personally. I shouldn't have taken anything personally in the first place. She was my daughter, and she was right. One time I was disappointed in myself, frustrated, upset, defeated, and ultimately regretful. I should have left the room right there, but I kept talking. I kept deflecting. Looking back, everything I said during that conversation is a joke. Yeah, you just kept telling her to leave and like, we'll talk about it later, whatever the heck he said. I kept going. I wasn't even mad at her. I was mad at myself, and I didn't want to admit it. So yeah, you took your anger out on her, which you shouldn't have done. Living itself was painful. I couldn't take it anymore. So I did something I agreed I would never do at any point in my life as a parent. I hit her. And it was then I lost her too. Yeah, you lost it all the moment you touched her. I was left with truly nothing. He takes some more time to collect his thoughts. I don't go outside much, but during the times I did, I would often spot you and her together, so you would conveniently find us. I guess it's a small town, so I'm not mad at you, to clarify. She deserves someone better than me anyway. As I was saying, I kept watching you two, thinking about what could have been, thinking about how I could have prevented this. For much of my life, I blamed everyone else, yet I wouldn't blame the person that was actually responsible for any of this. Yourself. I didn't blame myself, not until it was too late. I want to think more about this. I want to react somehow, but thoughts are going through my mind so fast that I'm having to push them away entirely, and all I can do for now is listen. And that's probably the best thing to do at this point. I think it's meant to be this way, though. I'm frankly glad it's this way. As I said, Natsuki doesn't deserve me. She doesn't deserve to live the way she did in my house. I still know nothing about you. I don't even know your name. But whenever you and Natsuki were together, she looked so happy, and that's all I ever wanted. I keep searching for words, yet I can't find them. Again, I'm sorry to put you through this. This is my responsibility and mine alone. Finally, I bring myself to say something. What do you plan on doing then? Yeah, what are you gonna do at this point? It almost sounds like you have nothing to live for now. That's a good question. I don't want to take my own life at this point. Okay, well, at least he's not going to do that. Not because I feel my actions are justified. They're absolutely not. But because I feel so defeated that I can't even bring myself to do that. That only leaves one option left. Okay, well, I'm not going to question this sentence. I think I know what he's getting at. Okay, well, I don't actually. Oh. This is actually what I've been saying for this whole entire session. As you might be able to guess, I plan to turn myself into the police. Not that it matters. I'm about to get out of your life as quickly as I entered it. Turn himself into the police? Is this really where it ends? I guess so. He's gonna turn himself in. Natsuki's not gonna have to worry about him anymore. We're gonna live together, have a happy life, maybe get married at some point, and everything will be fine. At least that's what I would think. I need to think about this one. Obviously, he is a terrible parent and not exactly a great person either. But I do wonder if he was always like this. If things went downhill after his wife passed, what about before that? Well, maybe the wife saw something good in him. Otherwise, why would she have stuck around with him, let alone have a child with him? Although Natsuki was probably too young at the time before that all happened to describe what her dad was like then. Is it worth it to try to bring him back to what he used to possibly be? Natsuki did say she still cares for him. Actually, has he tried family counseling? I don't think he ever brought it up, and Natsuki never mentioned it either. Okay, well, so we're gonna try to salvage this whole thing. I'll always be there, so it's not like they'd be alone. Yes, there would be witnesses. Natsuki doesn't have to stop living with me unless she wants to. At the very least, I don't think the violence incident will happen again. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't think the violence will happen again. I don't think any violent incidents will happen again. Here I am trying to... Yeah, sorry, I guess that's the literature part of me acting up. Natsuki's dad is much different than I expected him to be. Yeah, I was expecting him to be some kind of a monster. His calm demeanor is the opposite of how I thought he'd behave. And that obviously doesn't clear him of what he did, but I find it interesting. I've never seen someone as lost in life as he is. Which is more worth it? Trying to work towards a better life, or blissfully living in one we already have? I'll admit that I'm not even close to being an expert on this. However, I want the happiest ending we can get in this situation. Ironically, that's what I want too. Because I don't want to have to do this all over again, or see Natsuki get hurt. Maybe I won't actually be happy, but I want to make the decision that I think will lead us to the brightest future. Oh great, is this going to be another decision I have to make? I'll give my advice on what I think is the I'll give my advice on what I think is the solution that will be best for all of us in the end. You're really going to make me do this? Okay, well, you should... Well, first, I should save. How many saves do I have at this point? Okay, well... Dang it. This is kind of a heavy subject for me. Because, I mean, I don't approve of ever hitting anybody. I don't approve of domestic abuse or child abuse or anything like that. But at the same time, I mean, they both obviously do care about each other, so... Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna say, try reaching out to her one last time. Ugh, man. Natsuki's dad has made mistakes. Awful, irredeemable mistakes. But both Natsuki and her dad care for each other. Yeah, this is pretty much my logic right here. I don't want this to end with her dad turning himself in I think we can do better than that. I still believe it's possible to recover. I still believe that giving him a second chance would work. And if it doesn't, oh well. At least we can say that we tried. Natsuki's dad is a broken man. A man shattered into thousands of pieces. But something that is broken can also be repaired. Well, okay, I'm not gonna try to debunk that. I don't want this to end with her dad giving up. I think we can do better than that. I still believe it's possible to turn this around. I still believe it's not all over. And if things don't work out, oh well. Sometimes that just happens. Natsuki's dad will never be able to fix everything he did wrong. But we don't need to fix everything. We need to fix enough. And that much is possible. I don't want this to end knowing that this could have been so much more. I think we can do better than that. I still believe we haven't lost everything. I still believe we have the chance to gain. And if we don't gain anything, oh well. We aren't going to lose anything either. So in other words, there's nothing left to lose. I can work with Natsuki and her dad, and they can work with the therapist. We can all work together to get their lives back. I'm a regular person. I can't force anything to happen. I can't force things to get better. I can't have all the answers. But if there's one thing I'm sure of, it's that we can make this work. And if we don't at least try, I think that'd be a real shame. You need to try to reconnect with Natsuki. Natsuki's dad looks shocked. I'd be surprised if I were in that situation too. Yes, because I was this close to saying that you should turn yourself in. Why? There's no way she'd let me back into her life. I don't know. She might be scared of you, and the idea of changing how she lives right now might terrify her more. But deep down, I think she still cares about you. She even told me as much. What if she didn't mean it? She does that often. What if she didn't really mean it? I don't think so. I think she was serious. I've been dating her for half a year now. I can tell when she's not being genuine. When I talked to her about you, though, she said that she still cared about you, and she didn't want to change her current lifestyle. That seems like an odd time to lie. I think she would have said something like, "It doesn't matter if I care about him," or "I'm fine the way I am now," if she didn't want to be fully honest, or something like that. It'd be strange for her to go out of her way to lie in the first place. My point is, I think we should at least try. We can get you and Natsuki a counselor, and I'd be there the whole way to help out when needed. If you really want to, you can try and turn yourself in at another point, but for now, will you at least try to connect again with Natsuki with my help? He thinks for a while. This talk has been lasting so long, I wouldn't be surprised if it were midnight at this point. Then he raises his head and gives his answer. Everything we've talked about, all the anxiety, fear, and sadness we've gone through, all of it was leading up to this. Sure. I've got nothing to lose at this point anyway. Let's try then. I want both me and my daughter to be able to get our lives back. Alright. I'll try setting up an appointment with a counselor for you, too. After I check with Natsuki, of course. Can you even do that? I've got connections. Okay, no. In hindsight, it's probably not that simple to register someone into counseling like that. Well, I don't know, I mean, in some cases, it might be. Also depending on what kind of insurance you have. I can get started on it. If you say so. Should I come back tomorrow so we can talk again? That sounds like a good idea, yeah. Oh. I'm never not gonna get scared of sudden noises. Natsuki's dad walks over to the front door, walks out, and slowly shuts it. I think I caught a smile on his face as he was going out, but I couldn't tell for sure. Okay, well that didn't scare me. Suddenly, I hear the door to my room creak. He's gone, Natsuki. And we're never gonna see him again. Okay, no. I would probably only say that if I told him to turn himself in. She walks out into the living room and takes a deep breath. Okay. I have a question for you, Natsuki. Would you be interested in going to family counseling? I expected her to take a while to think about it, but she responds immediately. Yes. Really? You seemed against the idea of change before. So, I may or may not have just heard the whole conversation you had with my dad. You'd be a good car salesman, honestly. This here baby can... Okay, no. I don't even know how that meme goes. Oh. It's true, I never decided on a dream job. Anyway. Are you tired of paying too much for your cars? Then come on down to Crazy Danny's Discount Warehouse and Import Emporium. Okay, no. That was my imitation of a used car salesman. You're up for it then? I can't keep running forever. No. If you try running forever, you're just going to be living in fear and anxiety for the rest of your life. I've been thinking about it for a long time, honestly. I did say I still cared for him. To clarify, you're absolutely sure you want to do this? Like, it'd be okay if I tried setting up an appointment? You're still going to be there to help, right? You're my girlfriend, of course, so of course I'm going to do all I can. Good. I'm being casual about this and all, but I'm still scared, you know. It's thanks to you I can take this step forward. I'm doing this only because I trust you this much, and because you haven't broken that. So thanks. Natsuki gives me a peck on the cheek and heads back to my room. I should probably get to bed soon too. It's amazing how much Natsuki has grown. I don't think she'd have agreed this easily if I offered the choice half a year ago. What a ride this has been. To think that we're finally going to get some closure on this feels unbelievably satisfying. Now, it's only a matter of time of how tomorrow goes. Here it is. The day where we experience the moment of truth. As I eat breakfast, I hear a knock on the front door. Natsuki's dad is here already, isn't he? Is he? Ah, Natsuki's dad isn't here already, is he? I'll get it. I opened the front door. As it turns out, it was him after all, filled with exhaustion. Sorry for coming so early, but I had trouble sleeping. That's fine. I motion for him to sit on the couch. I look over and see Natsuki turn her head away at the breakfast table. Which is fine. She doesn't need to talk right now, and I don't want to make her uncomfortable. So I talk to Natsuki and I'm turning myself in. What? 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 That's not where I thought this conversation was supposed to go. No, it wasn't. Are you telling me that it would have ended the same way either way? Wait, why? I'm filled with too much guilt. Nothing can change that. But we're so close to patching things up. Don't you want to connect with your daughter again? Yeah, it's like... We sounded so hopeful before, and now you're just throwing that all away? I do, but I've messed up too many times now. I made a decision, and I'm turning myself in. I'm sorry to say that your attempts at convincing me otherwise likely won't affect me. No, it wasn't supposed to be like this. Come on, at least give this a chance. Sorry, but I've made up my mind. Would things have been different if I told him to turn himself in, and would Natsuki probably be like, rushing down saying like, no, don't do that. Are you sure you want to throw all this away? You're so close to making this right. As I said, that changes nothing. Why does it have to be like this? I don't think things will ever be the same if he quits now. But there's nothing I can do either. If what Daniel says won't change your mind, maybe what I say will. Natsuki? Natsuki gets up and sits down next to her dad. Is she really about to say what I think she's going to do? What she's going to? It was hard for me to do after everything you did to me. After you neglected me for so long. After you hit me. After... Actually, we'd be here a while if I gave a full list, so I'll get to the point. You're a terrible parent. Sorry if that hurts your feelings, but it's kinda true. But you're still my dad, you know? We still made some good memories over the years. Maybe not as many as most families, but those memories are important to me. I think it'll be a long time before I can trust you again, but I want to at least try. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe Daniel has rubbed off on me more than I thought. Natsuki, you've changed. It's hard for me to judge when it's been so long since I talked to you, but... I guess, but that doesn't matter right now. Maybe you aren't willing to reconnect with me, but I want to reconnect with you. I'd feel awful if I I'd feel awful if I felt like I missed a huge opportunity. Natsuki's dad is shocked. Nothing else, just shocked. Natsuki turns towards me. I have someone to thank for that. Someone who actually supports me, but that's a different story. Natsuki still seems annoyed, which is understandable. I'm just proud that she's doing this right now. Please don't turn yourself in. I want to at least try to get things back to normal. Please. Natsuki's dad thinks it over as we anxiously wait for his answer. Years of conflicts, years of ups and downs, years of mistakes, years of decisions, and years of emotions are all coming together. All for one of the biggest decisions in their lives. Fair enough. We're starting family counseling then, are we? He did it. I was unsure down to the last second, but he did it. That's the plan. None of us knew what to say after that. We're also relieved that nothing comes to mind. And so begins the journey towards recovery. It's been a few months since Natsuki and her dad first started attending counseling. It hasn't been totally easy, but we've been managing, especially thanks to me being there to act as a pillar for the two. She doesn't fully trust him, of course, but we're slowly making progress. This music. Her dad's been a lot happier lately, too. He started job hunting, which is already a great sign. I was somewhat unsure about this being the best way for things to go, but I think it is now. Morning, Daniel. Natsuki gives me a hug and leaves the room to make breakfast. It's nice to see her showing her sweeter side all the time, as cute as her previous personality may have been. The word for that was tsundere, right? Yes, and for whatever reason I adore the tsundere type. Doesn't matter. I like the new Natsuki better than the old one. I noticed that she left behind a poem right next to me. Let's see what it says. Okay, well, I'm actually going to read this one. What feels right. There's a voice inside everyone's mind. It helps make decisions of a special kind. What good does it do up there in your head? It helps you decide what's right. Sometimes things go from bad to worse. Your life's like a poem that's missing a verse. You're stuck at a tough choice with nowhere to go. You have to pick what's right. Nobody's always right, no matter how smart. Knowing what's right also comes from the heart. What seems right to you might be wrong to another, and that's fine, as long as it's right to you. What if nothing feels right? Sometimes you might feel that way too late at night, but you don't have to search hard to figure it out, because eventually you will know what's right to you. At least I know what feels right. I care about what feels right to me, and that's all that matters. Good. This is what I was hoping for. I made my decision on what felt right, and I believe it led me to the correct path. So, I'm guessing I got the good ending? As I get up myself, I hear a knock at the front door and go over to open it up. Oh hey! Hello. Just came to check up on you two. I see. We're doing great. Would you like a seat? I signal for Natsuki's dad to sit on the couch. I just like bringing this stuff up, but you two seem pretty happy, and Natsuki doesn't want to move in with me again. Is that correct? Well, she does trust me more. Yes, and I doubt it's going to reach a point where she trusts me more than she trusts you. He has a good point. I turn over to Natsuki, who is making a full breakfast meal. Well, Natsuki? Natsuki responds as she cooks. I'd have to think about it. I could try, maybe. What, you don't want me to stay here? Well, maybe she didn't have her sweet side out all the time. Yep, there's the adorable grumpy tsundere I know. It doesn't have to be a permanent thing. If we get far enough into our relationship, then maybe we could, you know, and then you'd be able to move back here. Is he saying what I think he's saying? That's not a bad idea. You'd better not keep me waiting. And from that point forward, Natsuki tried visiting her dad more often. She hadn't slept there overnight yet, but it was nice to see that she was spending more time with him. More time passes. How many times have the seasons changed? I've lost count. You sure you're ready for this, Natsuki? I'm ready to stay overnight at my dad's, yeah. Okay, well, if you're sure. Man, That means you're gonna move out eventually. I'll miss you. You already know I'm gonna keep visiting you. I know. It just still feels kind of weird. It's like, you've been in my life for so long and now... It's like, I can't imagine my life without you. Okay, no. I'm just being stupid. Like you said before, if we ever got married, we wouldn't have to worry about that anymore, would we? Oh, you're so adorable. That's true. Anyway, enough about that. I'll see you tomorrow, Daniel. And then I was alone, and would be for the rest of the night. Every day since I had first met Natsuki has been an incredible journey for me. I remember being worried if we both liked each other, despite that it was obvious we did. I remember being worried about how I would confess when there was nothing to worry about in the first place. And then Natsuki started living with me. That's pretty neat if you ask me. The circumstances surrounding that were a bit weird, yeah, but it was fun. And then we started dating, and it got even better. I had no idea I was capable of holding a relationship for as long as I have, let alone holding a relationship at all. I certainly didn't think I'd be helping Natsuki and her dad like this, but here we are now. I remember all those times I said, things are going so great and everything is shining so bright now, and all that stuff, but things soon became sadder. Now though, I can say with confidence that I'm glad with how things are going. I can truly say that nothing will bring me down. And I don't think anything could bring me down either. I've gone through so much after all, that I think I can tackle anything. I guess this is it then. It seems like a good place to say that I'm at the end of this journey. And I guess that's the end of this route. It's been a lot of fun. Before I know it, it's been 2 hours and I sit and read some manga on the living room couch. I hear a sound at the front door, and I see none other than my girlfriend. What's up? I got bored. Okay. I kinda expected this, honestly. So, you know those cupcakes I promised you over a year ago? Oh my god, it's been over a year now? I'm kind of late with this, but we have to make them someday, don't we? So how about now? Sure, why not? I love you, Natsuki. I love you too, Daniel. Thank you for everything. Well, we did it. And well, I'm sorry if I'm getting like all... Oh. Okay, well, time to be back to reality. Somebody's grumpy. What? You want me to comment on what you've done? Here's some sort of congratulations. Maybe an admission you've succeeded at making someone in the literature club happy? It's still only one of them. Besides, it won't last. You and I are well aware that this is only a mod. Besides, what else is there to say? You saved Natsuki, didn't you? She's recovering towards that normal home life, and you two admitted your love for each other time and time again. Though, maybe you felt something was lacking. Did you think you'd get into a fight? With who? Her or her dad? Because, I mean, I almost got into a fight with her dad. Deliver justice with your own hands? Like I said, that was an option. Well, that's just too bad if you were looking for one. So what, would that have been a bad ending? Pretty sure it would have been. I don't think Natsuki would have appreciated it, though. Yeah, that's true. That probably would have broken her trust in me. Is there anything more for me to say, though? You've still got the others to go after, right? Or are you just here for Natsuki? That might be the case, considering you haven't gone after the others. Is that a challenge I hear? Not that it really matters in the end. So, we'll see about that, Miss Monica. Don't let me keep you from being happy. Do what you want.